Yeah, hi John. I wanted to get back with you on that power chord lesson that we were doing. And what I did, you can almost think of it as we almost have a power chord thing going just in the open G tuning. If we didn't have a B string, we would have had nothing but G, D, G, D, right? And what I'm doing is I'm muting the second string, because I don't want that in there. Right? So what a power chord is like typically in the key of G, right? If I was going to do a G major chord, it would be made of the G, which is the root, right? And the third note, G, A, B. So we had a B string. And we had two G strings. We tuned our A string down to G, and we kept our G string right at G. So we had two Gs, right? And then we had three Ds. So sixth string is D, fourth string is D, first string is D. So the whole guitar was tuned as G, B, D. So G, A, skipped A, went to B, skipped C, went to D. So I had G, B, and D, right? That was my open G tuning. So that's what gives me a G major chord. So a power chord is really just root, G, no third, and fifth. So I'm just using G and D. G, D. So D, G, D, G. Now the only unfortunate problem here is, remember my sixth string was D, and then my fifth string was G. That's kind of strange because that's D, E, F, G. That's not a fifth. That's a fourth. D, E, F, G. That's a fourth. That's where Keith Richards said, hey, I don't like this playing my power chord like this because I got this, I'm not doing fifths, I'm doing fourths. So he took off his sixth string. So he only did from G to D, right? G, A, B, C, D. So he was playing in fifths. Alright, so that was much better than, I don't know how much better, but I mean, because that's the thing. If you take a fifth and you invert it, so if I have G on the bottom, G, A, B, C, D, that's 5 notes for me to get to there. But if I had the D on the bottom, D, E, F, G, it's only 4 notes for me to get from D to G. So when you invert a fifth, you end up with a fourth, and vice versa. If you invert a fourth, you end up with a fifth. So last Sunday, what we were doing, or what I did, I didn't want to stay in G. I wanted to take you out to another place. So what I did was, I thought D could be a nice root because we got so many of them. We got 3 of these, but we don't, we only have 2 Gs. So it'd be pretty nice for me to actually take this and think of it as being home. So I'm thinking D. So if I go from D, D, E, F, G, A. I'm going to need some A's. Well, I've only got 2 G strings, right? And that's the 5th string and the 3rd string. So if I raised the G to A, which I can do by just playing the 2nd frets, that gives me a pretty good power chord The only problem is, okay, so now I have D, A, D, A, B. That's kind of a weird one. And did D again. But if I don't use that B, so in other words, I either muffle the B string out, or I could play the 3rd fret on the B string, and that gives me another D. So I got D, A, D, A, D, D. So that's this. I'm doing open 2nd on the 5th fret. 5th string, I'm sorry. 2nd fret, 5th string. Open 4th string. 2nd fret on the 3rd string. 3rd fret on the 2nd string. 1st string open. So that's just nothing but D's and A's all the way across the board. Right? So that's a nice powerful sound. And that's what that's why I got the word power chord. Why did it become power chord? It's a big useful thing in rock and roll, you know. And then what I did was I took it a different way. I used a D here, but then I went up the G string to G, A, B, C, D. And I found that, hey, you know, I got a D sitting on the 7th fret on the 5th string. If I went up the 4th string D, 2nd fret, that's B, E, F, G, A. Oh, so I get an A on the 7th fret. See, so it would help if I'm in tune. See, so I got D, D, A, and then if I go up the G string, G, A, B, C, D, oh, I get a D on the 7th fret on the 3rd string. Oh, that's a really nice little power chord right there. Right? So now if I go here, that throws an F sharp into the works because I got B, C, D, E, F sharp. And that's the thing, see, with the power chords, we don't really want to have a 3rd in the picture. So I need to get rid of that note there. But I know that's fine if I do that one, so. Right? So I don't want that as much as maybe I'll do like a. I just gotta kind of avoid that 2nd string. So I can lay the back side of that last finger that I lay down on the 3rd string. I can block out that string completely with that. I'm getting a little bit of a harmonic, but I can't, you know, I can't help because I also have a harmonic there. So 5th fret, 7th fret on 5th, 4th, and 3rd strings. make some chord progressions out of this, I might go from the 7th fret down to the 5th, up to the 10th, maybe up to the 12th, and back down to the 7th. So 7, 5, 10, 12. Alright, so that's power chords anyways. Roots 5s, roots and 5ths. That's all they're made up of. And they give us a nice, really that's that whole distortion thing. So, hope that helps you out.